Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your girl, Shay. We are joined by the wonderful Spencer Price. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
So he is from the band Saucier. What's going on?
Not a lot. It's a great day. It's a great day.
So welcome. I know you flew to New York from where?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh my God.
I flew in today.
Thank you so much for coming out
Thank you for
us.
having me.
I really appreciate you. I know it was a long ways, right?
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad? So how is the music, especially right now, from going all the way from over there to over here? Like, Did you notice the difference with like the music movement and like the little open mics and everything?
The scene is huge over here. St. Louis only has a couple spots that are really even worth your time. I looked online and it was hard for me to narrow down. I probably spent an hour just looking at reviews and where to actually play, just because there's so many options. It's a fantastic community.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, but I also feel like in St. Louis, when I went and I visited, there are a lot of like undercover small places. But I feel like New York, everyone's a performer in New York.
Yeah, it truly seems like you get to shine more often.
Exactly.
And you have like J. Cole and the Tribe that are doing a lot of things. Everybody's really community involved.
Exactly.
That's really nice to see.
I love it. So how long have you been performing?
I have been playing guitar since I was 15 years old, singing since I was probably 17. I'm 25.
Wow.
So it's about 10 years for everything.
And the guitar, how long have you been playing the guitar?
Yeah, I got my first guitar at 15, about 10 years. There's some on and off time, but it really started when I was probably, once again, 17. My grandma got me my first guitar. It was a Fender. I wrote most of Saucier's album on that. We released 2 of the singles. We'll release a 3rd one and then the full album soon. YouTube,
and you
Facebook.
said you were self-taught with the guitar.
Yeah, I'm self-taught, just about everything. I went to community college for about a year, and they embarrassed me thoroughly on how to breathe properly and sing properly, which was, I needed that. And then I just kind of took off from there because I didn't care for classical music, and I wanted to growl, Chris Cornell, or give it a little bit more than they wanted to hear, so I kind of did my own thing.
Did your own thing, and I love it. And I heard your story about you were a flight attendant, and you were just out there just flying and doing what you had to do, and you decided that it's not for you.
My passion is music and then travel. So I was trading travel just because I had the wanderlust, but I came back to music, and that's where I'm at. I'm gonna get music to make me travel.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to give in to your wants and your needs as a person.
Yeah.
And you know what works for you.
I agree. Yeah.
So what's next for you? Like, where would you like to see yourself?
We definitely want to tour. We're focusing heavily on marketing all of the music and the music videos, and we would love to either see attention from a label and work out some sort of publishing deal or distribution deal where they would market us in exchange for a portion of the copyright, but not all of the copyright. But truly, I mean, building the fan base and the tools online, you can fund a tour completely on your own. So that's kind of where we're at, is just touring and being professional touring musicians.
I love it. So question, could you play a little something for us?
I would love to. Do you want me to play and sing or just play?
Play and sing. Do whatever you like.
We have all of it. So this song is not going to be released for a little bit. The song is called Ink on the Page. It's about breakup letters. Follow me and leave your worries. That's where we can be anybody. Slowly breathe and forget letters I read. Forget letters like suddenly forget your worries. Love by me and sleep till the morning. Slowly breathe
She says, honey, I gotta leave in the morning. It's not working. It's just a feeling I got. Can I express my mind? Set a fire to it. Love me like you always wanted. Set a fire to it. I am just along for the ride. Set a fire to it. Set a fire to it. Set a fire to it. You say you know. You never know. You never know. The fear of fire burning when I feel you coming my way. Today I will make a change. Someday I'll replace the fear of falling down, the fear of feeling all that disgrace. Today I will make a change. Slowly breathe and forget our high. Red. Oh, you say, 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 you say you better, baby. You say you better, baby, baby. Say you better, baby. You say you better, baby, baby.
Thank you so much. I love you so much. You're amazing. You are so dope. I love you. So listen, guys, thank you for tuning in to SWB Radio. All right, we'll be right back with J. Rose.
I've been walking around all the things I could be living without. I've been thinking about all the things you could be moving out. Don't you know? I don't care, I'm not there. Let me hear you say, you scream my name, I'm to blame. Let me hear you say, you scream my name, I'm to blame. You say we got to figure it out. You say we got to figure it out. You say we got to figure it out. You say we got to figure it. We got to figure it out. Here I go. There's the door. I don't love you no more. You're a whore. You see a picture of me each and every day. You'll dream, thinking about the man I used to be. Listen to me, speak these words and carefully shove them down the pipe you're breathing out. Listen to me, speak these words and carefully shove them down the pipe you're breathing out. You say we got to figure it out. You say we got to figure it out. You say we got to figure it out. You say we got to figure it. You say we got to figure it out. 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 You say we
that damn song.
That was a good
I
song.
love him. He was cute, right?
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Teddy. Hello, my beautiful sister. So for those of you guys who don't know, this is the beautiful and talented Mrs. J. Rose from
Hi.
Rose Garden Entertainment. Thank you so much.
Thank
I welcome
you.
and I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Listen,
I'm
so
really
we've
excited.
met so many times on like different, just random places.
Yeah, the
So
poetry scene.
so I'm happy to have you here. Now you're in
Yes.
my domain.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm
My
hyped.
world.
I was excited. I was like, word, she's doing okay, I'm there.
Listen,
I'm
so I
there.
want to give a huge shout out to you. You had the please Vendiva Expo, right?
Yes.
I had the opportunity of actually going, and it was absolutely
Thank you.
phenomenal. This woman got, how many vendors did you have?
I had 32 vendors.
Oh my God, and they were all amazing. Like
Yeah.
everything that you can think of. Like I can't even name a couple. It was really nice.
Yeah, we had like natural skin products, hair products, adult toys. We had financial advice. We had real estate agents,
African headbands,
artists. Yeah, headband. Yeah, it was
sunglasses, artists,
just
body
everything.
painters,
I was
singers.
like, what you sell? All right, let's do this.
Yes, it was a wonderful event.
Thank
What
you.
made you do something like that? What
Oh,
gave you
gosh.
that idea?
Well, I started my own business about a year ago, and I started seeing like how difficult it was to like have a platform to really like market yourself. So originally I thought of doing this for all business owners, and I had a conversation with another woman who owns her own wine company, and getting off the phone with her, she was like, yeah, I got you, us women, we got to stick together. And then immediately I was like, all right, this expo needs to be for women. So I geared it more towards women-owned businesses and women-ran businesses, which ended up being like so, the energy in there was crazy. Everybody just felt so empowered. It was so communal. There were men there too to
Yes.
support, which was amazing. I mean, every time I try to talk to a guy about it, he'd be like, oh, is this like a chick event? And I'm like, no, we want your money too.
Right? Men money count.
Yes,
Okay?
men money
matters.
definitely count. So yeah, so that's really what did it. It was that conversation of us women have to stick together. And I was like, you know what, that's right.
Wow,
We
I
do.
absolutely love it. So right now I feel like you are within your own self, your own corporation. I really feel like everything from like your events, you're a wonderful writer, a wonderful performer.
Thank you.
And I really think that you're like a one-stop shop. For real, for
Yes.
every single thing. So what nights are your open mics too?
Well, I host a monthly open mic every first Friday in Astoria at Arcadia Bar and Kitchen. The owners are really good friends of mine, and I was just like, hey, let me do an open mic here once a month. And they were like, yeah, sure, bring people on, bring it on. So the next one is actually this Friday. Starts at 7:30 till about 11:30. I have 4 featured poets that are going to be on there, plus whoever signs up for the open mic and stuff, which is fire. I mean, the last one we had in August was like, I couldn't even believe the amount of talent that was in the building. It was like a movie. I was like, this is like the all the heavy hitters were at my event, and it just made me feel so good. Everybody got opportunity to shine, so it was dope. So pull up.
Yes. So what else do you have coming up?
Ooh, I got a lot of fun stuff coming up. So I realized that like being in the open mic scene, as big as the community is, it's also very small, right? So poetry community is very small. The performance community is pretty small. So I started to think of like, what can I do with my platform to not so much count on people physically coming to my events and people being able to have access to the artists that come to my platform. So I'm starting 2 podcasts in the fall. I haven't made any official announcements, so it's just a little tidbit. It's going to be a video podcast. One of them I'll be hosting with my best friend, who's a guy. I've known him for like 25 years. That's going to be really cool because the dynamic is there. And the other one is me hosting by myself, more geared towards poetry and the arts. So yeah, I'm really, really, really hyped about it. It's my first time venturing into like that media space. And I just feel like that's just the right way for me to go. I feel like that's where I need to be.
Listen, you need your own damn show. I could have told you that yesterday. You need your own damn show. Are you going to broadcast like live, like in Queens, or where are you going to do it? Because I know a good network is called DSN.
We're not doing it live. It's going to be pre-recorded. And it's going to be, I'm just waiting for it to all be on paper, but it should be streamed on like Roku TV, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I'm so ready. I'm so excited, and it's really, honestly, I'm just excited for the people that are gonna have the opportunity to be able to be on the platform, because I'm gonna be able to like reach more people with it. So now I can go on tour and perform all over the East Coast and tell people to listen to my podcast. That's coming too.
Could you perform something in like a couple of I'm putting you on the spot, but I need you to do something for me. Okay. Not right this second. I'll give you some time to like simmer.
Yeah, like
think about what you want to do, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Can I curse?
You can curse.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. And then another thing that you're doing is Inspire Me writing sessions.
Oh, yes, that's this week. All right, it's a busy month. I was invited to be a guest instructor for Inspire Me writing workshop on the 13th at 7 o'clock at Creepy City.
Creep City Ninja. You were close.
I mean, first I was like, ooh, cool, writing workshop. I think I could do that. And then I was like, Creep City, I'm there.
Like, I like this.
I like this place.
The place is so dope. Like,
I can't wait.
The whole place is nothing but like artwork and graffiti.
Ooh.
Like, it's so
I love graffiti.
Dope.
I draw graffiti.
So dope. You do?
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna fall in love with that place. That place is so dope. So,
I'm excited.
Yeah, so we're gonna be there every single Friday for the month of September. Yes. So listen, guys, listen. What is next for you? Other than the podcast, where would you like to see your business ventures go, honestly?
Wow. Honestly, I just want my platform to evolve into something where up-and-coming artists are like, that's where I want to be before I blow up. And I feel like I know way too many talented people for somebody not to blow up. So seriously, if one of y'all do not blow up, something's wrong with y'all, because I know way too many talented people, and I kind of want to be that like stepping stone. I want people to come back to my space and be like, this is where it all started, J. Rose, and I just kind of want to be that person, to kind of be that support. Like you guys were talking about, I left a corporate job making 6 figures, a nice cushy job, 9 to 5, to pursue this, providing this platform for artists, because that's my purpose. And I understand my purpose, and I get goosebumps when I talk about this. I do understand my purpose, and I'm gifted with the blessing to know my purpose, because a lot of people live their whole lives and don't know what they were put here for. So besides being a mother to my children, I was put here to be a platform for creative people. So that's why the universe helps me do that, because I know my purpose. Everything I do is to serve my purpose. So therefore, the opportunities come to me without even like me really trying. Like I just get connected. Like I didn't have to, we just met organically. You know what I mean? And I feel like everybody lately, the past year, everybody that I've made a deep connection with was like with a purpose, and I appreciate
that's how you know
everybody.
You're walking in your right path.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When doors just start opening up.
Yeah, I'm
like,
whoa. I didn't have to kick that door down.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right, I'm gonna just walk in here. Like,
save my boots.
It's my thing. All right. That's mine. I own this. So
yes,
it's true. It's definitely true. When you're walking in your own path, it's definitely gonna happen to you. And I love you.
I love you too.
Listen, I was screaming from the rafters like, "Hey, girl, I see you. I see you."
I come through as much as I can. Remember, even last week I was like, I want to.
I know. Yes, you texted me like you're on your way.
But I'll come.
Since you couldn't make it last week, I want you to leave us with some knowledge. I want you to kick the realest shit that you ever kicked in your life. You ready, sis? You ready, sis?
All right.
Let's go.
Don't look at me like that. I don't know which way I want to go. Like, Do I want to go erotic or do I want to?
I'll do the bitch piece.
That's okay. That's the piece I was gonna do. So I got a piece that's titled "Bad Bitch Syndrome." I see you admiring the Boricua jeans in my jeans. That's right. These curves were cultivated by rice and beans. Your eyes devouring me as if they haven't feasted in weeks, but you're too blind to see that there's true gems in me. Do you hear me? There's true gems in me. My womb controlled by the moon like the waves of the seas, and my strength fed by the labored fruits of Mother Earth. My path, beaten, yet resilient. Enduring more pain and suffering than any man can stand. The threshold's pretty hot for what it's worth, so no, I'm no bad bitch. You see, bad bitches chew holes in your clothes and they bury your keys in the ground. I pierce your mind with spears of knowledge and I bury the notion that my body's your playground. Bad bitches play fetch and they don't even bring back the stick. I ain't got time for your games of that bullshit you spit. But you don't hear me though. You too busy breaking your neck to catch a glimpse of the switch in my hips. Woo. In no way, shape, or form am I a household pet, so get it straight, my dude. I'm no bad bitch, you see me? I'm a muse of my own creations, using the language of art to express who I am, but you seem to be lost in translation. You see, my battle cries will never fall upon your deaf ears, so here, revel in this rebel solution. So for the last time, this queen from Queens is no bad bitch. You see, bad bitches stay chained up to anything that'll hold them down. Meanwhile, I stride with my head held high, rocking wisdom on my crown. Majestic gems affixed to my thoughts, I'm dropping jewels of guidance. Paradox of virtue, through my pupils they shine. And all you gotta do is take a look at my eyes and see that being a bad bitch is a false reality. My queens, you are the royal bearers of our future. You are the fire that simmers in the eyes of truth. Please understand that the last thing you want to be called is a bad bitch, because bad bitches sleep outside and get beat with rolled up New York Times for shitting inside. You feel me? Thank you. I messed up a little bit. I fumbled.
But that was the wonderful and talented Mrs. J. Rose. I love you so much.
Thank you.
I love you
so
too,
much.
Shay. Girl, she ain't no bad bitch.
No,
Listen.
unless the door's closed.
Listen.
Then we talking of. Then it's another story.
So where can people find you? Where can they find your movement?
Oh, my movement is on My Crumbled Thoughts. My underscore crumbled underscore thoughts. If you want to follow my business as far as events, the Rose Garden events is the page. But My Crumbled Thoughts is really where it's popping.
Yes. So give it up one more time for Mrs. J. Rose. I love her so much. So listen, guys.
I want a picture with you.
We're gonna take pictures, girl. Stop playing.
Yeah.
We're about to take a whole bunch of pictures. With that, we'll be right back with Tribe. Don't go nowhere, guys. We'll be right back. And I ain't a bad bitch.
The notorious just please us with your lyrical thesis. We just chillin', milk 'em, top billin', silkin', pure linen, neatin', little seeds, Malibu sea breeze, dawn peas, palm trees, cats named Pablo and milked out Diablo. The williest, I be the silliest. The more I, the smaller the silly gets. Room 112, where the players dwell, and stash more cash than Bert Fidel. Inhale, make you feel good like Tony. Pick up in your middle like Moni. Yeah. She don't know me, but she's setting up. Yeah. Try to style sliding off with a homie. Yeah. Escada Dundada, player, stay splurging. Game so tight, they call it version.
Oh, I need to know where we stand. Do we share the special thing called love? I know I do. What about you? I just can't get enough of your shine. Where you go? What do I do? I can't feel this love to love. Thinking of you makes me feel like I am the only one for you. Girl, I want you.
to. Money, I'ma front you. Girl, I wanna flaunt you. Right. I'ma always want you when nobody wants you. If I die now, my love will still haunt you. Mace ain't the one that'll pay for your phone. Mace be the one that'll take you home. Right. Even though I'm not the one that gave you the stones on your days alone, I can make you moan. Everybody know I got more bounce than an ounce. Bad boy, get more money than you can count. Why I'm buying things you can't even pronounce. I do it to you, cat, for a large amount. And when the beef come, you know where to be found. Why I be around till the winner is announced. Then you go, girl, with thousands in your palm. Why you can't let bygones be bygones? Where do I go? What must
I? Now, you guys help LGBT women and men of color, right? Get their businesses in order, meaning, right? Get it in order, like get it together with a VA, right?
Yes, all the way together.
All the way together. So please tell me more about Tribe.
Yes, so we are building up a community and co-working space in the Bronx for our queer, Black, and brown folks who are trying to get free, right? So for folks who want to build a business, who want to like focus on their art, who are organizers, who are healers, who are tired of working at their tired-ass jobs. We want to create a space for people to come together, to like have access to resources, to really know how to do this shit, because a lot of us like have a lot of talent, we have a lot of dreams, but we don't really know what the hell we're doing. And we experienced that. We were like, oof, we don't want to be at these jobs, but what we gonna do? And there's not a lot of spaces in the Bronx, or any spaces really, where that can happen. And so we were like, we're gonna create it for other people.
We love you, Brooklyn, but we, you know,
we ain't trying to be there.
It's far. Brooklyn is very far, but I love Brooklyn. I feel like Brooklyn has definitely been the godfather of creating these wonderful movements.
Absolutely.
And I just wish that people in the Bronx just use the resources a little bit more.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everything does not have to be a party. Like like everything does not have to be a party or a brunch. You know what I'm saying? Like we can
teach me how to save some money.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I can quit my bullshit ass job.
Yeah.
I love it.
For sure.
I love
we
it.
all have end dates, actually.
Yeah, we do.
So you guys right now are still working.
We're still slaving.
Bullshit ass jobs, and then
like you and Jay Rose over there.
Listen, don't be like me. I'll be on Hunts Point soon. Y'all gonna have to help me manage my prostitution. I'll be like, help me manage my prostitute.
That's a real shit. No, that's a real shit.
I can teach him how to give head in the back of the van.
Thank you. Listen, I'll be in there Jill Scotton. Just Jill Scotton. You know what I'm saying? Jill Scotton. Then you have to do what you gotta do. But I love it. Who started it? Or was it like a collective thing that you guys all came up with?
So Angelica and I used to work at this place.
Who's Angelica?
Angelica's right here.
Hi, Angelica. Noah. Hi, Noah. And Bianca.
Yes.
So
we used to work at a place that will go unknown because we don't talk about oppressors here. And we was just really tired because we were both there. They were overlooking us. They was trying to act like we wasn't worth anything. We were like, nah, fuck this, right? So we had all these ideas. We were gonna open up a barcade in the Bronx.
Childcare center.
Childcare. We was gonna do all these things. But again, we didn't know how to do it. And like, if you're from the Bronx, like you don't have mentors. Most likely, you ain't got no money to go back to school. And like you said, like those things don't exist here, right? Like everybody wants to party, everybody wants to turn up, and those things are necessary, but then you got to go back to those bullshit jobs, right? And so the access and the resources weren't here, and we didn't have like a physical space to come together to really like be in community with other positive people who were like, actually, I'm trying to get on that generational wealth thing too, right? Like actually, I'm trying to build up my business too. Actually, I'm trying to like, you know, sell my art and like be on stage and do these things too. We couldn't find those people. So we want to get a physical space, but for now, we're just like meeting in community. We have other locations that have been supporting us, and we've been gathering people who are like, yeah, like I'm really trying to be on this, and we really appreciate you guys creating that space because we couldn't find that no place in the Bronx.
Wow, that's crazy.
We actually are in the midst of doing our crowdfund campaign right now, which is going to be launching in a couple of months, so look out for that.
Yes.
Nice.
Give us your money.
Give us all of your money.
Help
but yeah,
us.
we have to create that community amongst ourselves. You know, me and Bianca and a bunch of friends. Just, you know, we used to have weekly like check-ins at the house, and you know, just reflect on how the day was, like, yo, how the fuck we're gonna get out of this job?
Yeah.
And then, you know, Noah jumped on board, and we were like, all right, you know, Bianca found this application online through this company called Green Worker Cooperative. Shout out to
Green Workers.
And they taught us, it's like a 5-month incubator. They just teach you how to make your business from dream to like reality, and like how to sustain your business, and how to.
We jumped on that.
Yeah, how to actually. It was a free $99.
Free 99.
And just how to, have your business as a cooperative also. So we learned that as well. So Tribe is a cooperative business as well. Yes.
That's amazing. So do you guys all have separate roles? Or like, is it like, listen, you do what you got to do? Or like, how does it work?
So we
don't use like hierarchy at all when it comes to making decisions. But as far as our roles, I would definitely say that I would like lead the projects and the vision of Tribe. Angelica is the person, if you come to any of our events, they are curated by Angelica. She's the one putting things together, making it look all cute. And Noah handles all of our like finances and our operations, and she's the one looking for our buildings and making sure that we're on point with our...
Check me out.
Okay. She's the one that's also making sure that like we have everything together legally and all that. So we all come into this with like different interests and talents, and we've been able to really like, again, we believe in like collective wisdom, right? So like we know that we don't have to go outside to other people to get that. Like we have all of that right here amongst ourselves. It's just really about like making each other believe that we can do it, which is something that a lot of people don't believe in. They like,
I feel like it's a huge thing, a huge hump to come over when you are African American. A lot of people don't know, like that stigma. That shit is real.
It's internalized.
That mental block is so real, and a lot of people don't really.
Imposter syndrome is hella real.
All the time.
Yeah.
Over and over again as a young child growing up is real too, and it sticks with you until you try to break that cycle.
Yeah. Like just the other day, I remember my grandmother telling my little brother / son. She was like, well, who is this world for? And my son was like, me, the world is for me. She was like, no, it's for white people. And I was just like, well, why the fuck would you tell him that? Like, why would you, why the fuck would you tell this kid that? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong? But I got to think of the generation that she's from and the way, and I'm just like, don't tell my son this shit. Like, why would you do that? And he just looked at her like,
well, damn.
Upset.
Like, oh.
But then you start to act like that too. You're like, well, fuck it. I'm not gonna do nothing because the world is not designed for me anyway.
It sucks. It really sucks. And I love the fact that you guys are doing this. Or do you guys have like a weekly meetup, or like how does this work?
So we do monthly events.
You have a meetup tonight? You gonna be late?
We're gonna meet together.
Yes.
Okay.
We always working on the business. We always doing things. So we have weekly pop-up co-working days. So if you're someone who, again, is like trying to start your business, or you have a school application that you want to gather, we have weekly. Thank you. We have weekly just like pop-up days where you can come in to connect with other folks, or just take some time for yourself to really like plan out your own goals and work on that. And then we also do monthly events. So we just had a Young Black and Burnt Out event a couple of weeks ago. It was real saucy. We got into it a lot. So we had like these three dope guest speakers, and a lot of folks come out from community who are on the same like fuck these jobs, because these jobs is like where like my mental health is like becoming shit, where like I'm slaving for somebody else, where I'm not being appreciated, I'm getting into fights with people, and for what? Like, right? So it's like
I feel like if you work hard for yourself.
Exactly. And so the guest speakers were able to talk about how they were able to like navigate away from that and start doing their own things. And it's all about like taking risks and leading on community. And I thought it was really affirming, and I thought it was a really great space to tell people like this is possible. Like we don't have to work for these people, and we don't have to keep believing like the world is not ours, because it is.
Exactly. Yeah. The world is everybody's. You just got to grab it by his balls.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, for real. Right by the balls. You have to.
Having people in your corner who believe in you, who tell you daily, like you can do this.
Yeah, community is important.
Yes, community is very important because no one's self-made. We are
squad-made. Squad-made. Shout out to Brittany.
No one saw everybody's squad-made. I like that.
Squad-made.
I love it. So do you guys have anything coming up? Like any like meetings or anything coming up?
We actually have an event coming up this month called Decades of Fire. It's just a screening of like, in the 70s where some of the Bronx buildings were burned. And just what it looks like to really reclaim the future of the Bronx. We're going to have a talk back conversation. So catch us at 1231 Lafayette Avenue. Second floor.
When is this?
So it's Wednesday, September 18th, I believe, from 6 to 9. The director of the documentary Decade of Fire is actually from the Bronx, born and raised. And so she's talking about how the Bronx is basically burning, how no one gave a shit. And the only reason why people give a shit now is because they're trying to bring gentrification here. So we're also going to have a talk back with other community members who are like doing all this really great anti-gentrification work in the Bronx to talk about like what does reclaiming the future of the Bronx look like for Bronx folks that have already been here and not all these new folks that are trying to come in. So we think that's a really important conversation as well.
Wow, what time is it? I got to wrap it up, but talking about gentrification, like I feel like, damn, I don't want to dive into this, but I really want to have this conversation.
Let's do it.
But I mean, in your opinion, gentrification, do you feel like it's an all negative thing? Because I feel like it's positive. It has its positive aspects and its negative aspects because it is bringing money back into the Bronx, but not for the sake of moving people out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we want to have that mixture of people because I feel like they bring money into the Bronx. They bring business, you know, like, how do you feel?
They bring money for themselves, not for the community. If you was putting that money back into the community and actually doing something for them, then it'll be good.
Or just investing in the people who are here who have a lot of talents and abilities and want to have businesses but don't get supported.
Yeah. Right. We know a guy that we just met the other day who's actually interested in opening up a restaurant, but if we invest in his restaurant and give him the money to invest in a restaurant, it will be different from a person that's coming from, like, let's say Wisconsin who wants to
or Europe or some
right.
random stuff.
We were just talking about this earlier. There's a Botanica store right on Bergen and 147th Street who's been there for over 40 years. And
they can't afford rent.
They can't afford their rent. And the guy the owner's been there for 40-something years. Yeah. And you know, they're kicking him out. So gentrification.
We can talk about this all day, but we know you gotta wrap up.
Listen, so where can people find you? We gotta wrap this up.
Yes,
where can they stalk
you can find us on Instagram at tribe_co-create, and Facebook and Twitter, at tribe co-create BX.
Awesome. Well, nice
for our Missy Elliott party coming in October for Halloween.
Oh, it's a Missy Elliott?
Yes,
so you dress up like Missy Elliott? Guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to SWB Radio. I love you guys. I will see you next week, Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
What Juicy say? Like,
Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. Yeah. No, she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit.
Look, handle me? Who gon' handle me? Thinking he's a player, he's a member on the team. He put in all that work, he wanna be the MVP. I told him ain't no taming me, I love my niggas equally. Fucking 9 to 5 niggas with that superstar beat. Fuck the superstar nigga, now I got him far link. I called a Jake to get that nigga, I told him call, don't send no text. And don't you tell him you with me when they be asking where you at. I can't read your mind, gotta say that shit. Should I take your love, should I take that dick? Got a whole lot of options, cause you know a bitch poppin'. I'm a high girl, so you know when shit's stopping.
Real ass nigga give a fuck about a bitch. It is what it is, this some 5-star dick. She a big gold freak, it's a must that I hit. It's a hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. Know she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. Yeah. Know she got it lit. Hot girl summer, so you know she got it lit. Yeah,
Who a how to be? Who got a lot of D? Who poppin' like a P when he be hopping out the V? And who gon' tell him that my bitch is getting her degree? And when